Hello all. Yep, I'm back now. Got the light on and everything. So this is it. This is the pub quiz. So guys, make sure you've got your pen and paper ready. I'm uh, I'm just about to go. Well, I'm just gonna give you guys a few minutes to get that sorted out so you can get your pen and paper ready. Again, there's 14 questions again, and there's 37 points up for grabs this week. So I'm gonna start this probably around about the 4 or 5 minute mark, and then hopefully we can get a few people in to take part in it. So a great Q&A then. Thank you very much for being a part of that one. For those of you who were there, and for everybody else who's coming in for this is going to be a great quiz. I've worked on some good questions. I think the questions are even better than last week. And can we ask questions this week? Well, it depends how quickly we can get through this. And yes, if we got to the point where the quiz is going to be over, then yeah, we can do that. If the asking me questions is not going to be able to fit into this new format that we're doing, then well, what I may have to do is do a separate stream where you guys come in and just ask me quiz questions and try and stump me. Maybe call it Stump Taff. Can we have a warm up question? So I tell you what, right? Here we go. Right, while we're waiting for people to get in, why don't you do your questions now? There we go. So within the first 5 minutes. So would you cut your own hair, Taff? One all over, you say? Well, I would do if the missus would let me shave it. So Mike's doing his own pub quiz on Wednesday. That's a good. That's one to note. Now, who wants to ask a question now? We'll wait until the 5 minute mark. But if we get 2 people a week can ask a question before, we can fit another 2 at the end. I think no problem. So we do 4 a week, and because Labs asked first, Labs, and then so Labs asked first, and Ethan wants to ask a question. Kieran asked beforehand, so Kieran and Labs now. So Labs first. Who scored the 3 goals in Liverpool's comeback in Istanbul? That's a good question. I can tell you exactly. So it was Steven Gerrard, Vladimir Smicha, and Xabi Alonso. It's a nice little warm-up question. And that's when, if you can ask me a question that's not going to get me thinking too much, then we can do it. Then we can do it, no problem. So go on in, Kieran, your turn. So for those of you just joining us, we're doing the pub quiz. We're going to wait until the 5 minute mark so people are in and got their pen and paper ready so they can start taking answers down, and then you mark yourself at the end. I'm going to hoping for full and complete honesty. So Labs has a little harder one. No, we shouldn't be talking about that kind of thing in the stream, mate. No, 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 no. That sort of stuff doesn't fly here. So Kieran's questions next, and if we can get one more in before we start the pub quiz, then we will do. I have an easy one, says Mike. Go on. If I tell you what, right? If I can get Kieran's one quickly. Oh, no worries, Sam. That's fine, mate. Not to worry at all. Yeah, PJ, you can ask one, but it may have to be at the end now. Who scored for Man United in the 3-2 comeback? What 3-2 comeback, mate? Matthews in, and he's got one. Yeah, well, I think we'll save Matthews for the end. What year, who against, and what was the score in Cardiff's only FA Cup win? Fuck knows, mate. Fuck knows. Jesus Christ. Kieran, yeah, but then who did they play against? What game was it? Man United's 3-2 comeback, yeah, but against who? Um, Ethan, what year, who against, and what? I don't know. You've got me on that one, mate. Cardiff's only FA Cup win was a long time ago, and it was obviously before, well before my time. Calling me an up there. Is it Labs like that? Is it? 3-2 comeback against Man City. Who scored Man United's goals in the 3-2 comeback against Man City? Fuck knows. Don't know. Don't know. I really don't know. Sorry. 1927 versus Arsenal 1-0 win. Fair play. Now I come to think about the year, I wouldn't have got. Now, if I'd have really thought, I may have remembered that they beat Arsenal. Smalling and Pogba too. There we go. Chris Smalling, eh? What a letdown he was. So, has everybody got their pen and paper ready? Everyone got their pen and paper ready to go. It's quiz time, people. 5-minute markers in. I hope you've all got your pen and paper because I'm going straight into question 1. Straight into question 1. And if you're watching this and you're wondering, oh no, I've missed it, don't worry, you can do it now. It's as good as live doing this video, so you can just play along with it. Right, so everybody's got their pen and paper ready. Here we go. Right then, question number 1. List the English clubs that have won the European Cup / Champions League. So list every English club that has won it. So we don't need to know how many times they've won it, but if they've won it, list them. So list every club, every English club. So just English, not Scottish or anyone like that. So every English club that has won the European Cup / Champions League. So it could have been when it was the European Cup, just the European Cup. It could have been whilst it's been the Champions League. But if they've won it ever, list them and do it as quickly as you can because question number 2 is coming right up. Question number 2. Do we have a league for this pub quiz? No, mate. No, it's just a bit of fun, mate. It's just a bit of fun for us all every Sunday. If we do a league, take it a bit too seriously then. Question number 2. What was the name of the stadium which Juventus played at between 1990 and 2006? So what was the name of the stadium that Juventus played at between 1990 and 2006? So 1990 till 2006, what stadium did Juventus play at? Right then, question number 3. What season did Sheffield Wednesday get relegated from the Premier League? So make sure you're not putting the answers up now, PJ. You know this one, good for you. Write it down. Don't post it here to give the answer to everybody else. And what season did Sheffield Wednesday get relegated from the Premier League? That's question number 3. So if you're just joining us now, you can pick it up from whichever question you want, and I will give you the earlier questions that you've missed. So if you're just joining now, make sure you've got a pen and paper ready. We're on question number 3. I will re-ask any questions anybody wants at the end, so you can join in if you're late. Okay, question number 4. How old was Kylian Mbappe when he made his pro debut, and who is it for? So how old was Kylian Mbappe when he made his pro debut, and who was it for, his professional debut? There's a 2-parter. How old was Kylian Mbappe when he made his pro debut? So Mike, there's 14 questions tonight, 37 points up for grabs. So how old was Kylian Mbappe when he made his pro debut, and who was it for? Who was he playing for at the time? Right then. Question number 5. What year was Joachim Low appointed as Germany manager? 37 points, PJ. So what year was Joachim Low appointed as Germany manager? The year he was appointed. Don't need to put the season or anything, it's just during the year. What year was he appointed as the Germany manager, Joachim Low? Right then. Question number 6. Not including loans, which English clubs has Gylfi Sigurdsson played for? So been officially on the books of, who has owned his contract. Blues in late. Bloody hell, mate. If you want to do the quiz, get your pen and paper and start it off on question number 6 here, and I will read the questions that you've missed out. You can join us late if you want to. I will read you the questions at the end. So not including loans, which English clubs has Gylfi Sigurdsson played for? So you get a point for each one you can list. As I say, anyone that's more than one, if you list one of the answers, you get a point, unless I state otherwise. Just get rid of that cushion a minute. Right then. Next question. Right then. Next question. Name every club that David Beckham played for. This does include loans. So every single club that David Beckham has worn the shirt of at some point during his career. Every single club that David Beckham has played for. Turn the page. So every club David Beckham has played for. Give you a bit of time so you can list them all and have a little think. Yeah, whenever there's more than one, we'll just give you a little bit of extra, a bit of extra time to think of the answers, and of course write them down. Right, then we're coming on to question 8 shortly, guys. I'll give you a few more seconds on question 7, and then we're on to question number 8. Right, then here we go. Question number 8. Former Arsenal forward Eduardo da Silva played for which national team? So former Arsenal forward Eduardo. So for the Beckham one, loans do count. For the Gylfi Sigurdsson ones, they don't. So former Arsenal forward Eduardo da Silva played for which national team? Which national team did Eduardo da Silva, former Arsenal forward, what national team did he play for? Okay then, question number 9. Virgil van Dijk started his career with which club? Virgil van Dijk started his career with which club? Give you a couple of seconds on that one to think. And then we'll move on to question number 10. We're flying through them, fair play. I want to make a bit of time for you to ask me some questions at the end, guys. So we're going to try and do that so we get through these questions as quickly as we can. Right then, question number 10. Which 4 clubs made the World Cup 2010 semi-finals? So which 4 clubs made the World Cup 2010 semi-finals? Who remembers this one then? So which 4 clubs made it to the World Cup 2010? Remember that one in South Africa with the freaking Vuvuzelas? Yeah, we made it to the 2010 World Cup semi-finals. And any questions you've missed, I will re-ask them at the end on request. Right then, so I think you had enough time on that one. We're on to question number 11. Which 5 clubs have won the European Cup 5 times or more? So only 5 clubs in Europe have won the European Cup 5 times or more. Who are they? You don't have to list them in order, you just have to list them. Which 5 clubs have won the European Cup 5 times or more? Give you a bit of time on that one. We haven't been getting many likes on the videos tonight. How about, whilst you're thinking about that, just click that little thumbs up button for us while you're at it. But then while you're thinking of this, 5 clubs that have won the European Cup 5 times or more. Is that enough time? I think you had enough time on that one. We're on to question number 12 now then, ladies and gentlemen. How many times have Sergio Aguero won the Premier League? How many times has Sergio Aguero won the Premier League? So PJ's looking for something stronger after these questions. It's not that tough, mate, is it really? I don't know. I might have to go easier on you now. But we do have some people out there who are pretty clued up when it comes to football. So, I try to make it challenging for them as well. So yeah, how many times has Sergio Aguero won the Premier League? Moving on to question number 13. Jamie Vardy started his career at Stocksbridge Park Steels up in the Sheffield area. But who has he played for since then? So since he moved on from Stocksbridge, who has he played for? So list all the clubs that Jamie Vardy has played for after Stocksbridge Park Steels. Oh, I make a banging cup of tea, fair play. Can I have my own separate quiz? Yeah, who does Mohamed Salah play for? Let's not let that one trip you up too much. What country is Lionel Messi from? So Richard Pierce, oh bloody hell, mate, you're late in, mate. We're doing a pub quiz, mate. You're a bit late. You're one question from the end. So what I would recommend, mate, is going back and watching this video again, I think it'll be fully uploaded tomorrow and taking part in the pub quiz yourself, mate. So, so yeah, that was question number 13. Jamie Vardy started his career at Stocksbridge Park Steels. Who has he played for since then? So remember, don't put the answers up. Don't put the answers up, guys. You've got to write these down. Richard, I tell you what, because you're one of our regular quizzes, if you want to run and get a pen and paper, mate, I will run through the questions very, very quickly for you because we are on the last one now. But obviously you've got one of them at least. You can maybe start from 13. So if you get yourself a pen and paper, mate, I'll go through the questions. I'll zoom through them. You won't need me to go through them that much. You won't need me to do it, you know. What's that? Vardy, Chelsea. What? I know, Richard, you're quite clued up with football. You won't need me to go slowly through them. So that was the Jamie Vardy one. The final question then, guys. Who did Arsenal buy Thierry Henry from, and who did they buy him from before that? So Arsenal bought Thierry Henry from someone, but then who did they buy him? Who did that team buy him from before that? And the two moves all happened within the same year, believe it or not, in 1999. All happened within the same year. So the team who Arsenal bought him from bought him at the beginning of the 99-2000 season, and then Arsenal then bought him during that season from this club. So so Richard Pierce, you got a pen, you got a bit of paper. So you've seen what question 13 was. This is question 14, so at least you've got them to right away. I've just got 12 to go through. So Ryan Jean, oh, you're an Arsenal fan, you're gonna know, ain't you? So yeah, who did Arsenal buy Thierry Henry from, and who did that team buy him from before that? Okay. For Richard's sake, he's got his pen and paper. We're gonna go through this very quickly. So, and for those of you who've missed anything, this is an opportunity for you to get the questions again. So Richard, there's 14 questions and there's 37 points up for grabs on this one. So here we go. Question number 1 was list the English clubs that have won the European Cup or Champions League. So list the clubs that have won it, the English clubs that have won it. Question number 2 was, what was the name of the stadium which Juventus played at between 1990 and 2006? The name of the stadium that Juventus played at between 1990 and 2006. For you it's easy, mate. I know you're probably going to get more than anyone on this. Question 3 was, what season did Sheffield Wednesday get relegated from the Premier League? So the season, so the 2 years that the season goes through. So there's that one. Question 4 was, how old was Kylian Mbappe when he made his pro debut, and who was it for? And question 5 was, what year was Joachim Löw appointed as Germany manager? Question 6 was, not including loans, which English clubs have Gylfi Sigurdsson played for? So who has he been on the books? Who has he been contracted to officially? Which clubs? Gylfi Sigurdsson and English clubs. So I'll give you a bit of time to write them ones down. But anyone else who've missed anything, make sure you jump onto these ones. Right then, question number 7 was, name every club that David Beckham had played for. And this one can include loans, unlike the one before. So name every single club that David Beckham has played for. So that's including loans as well. I'll give you a couple of seconds to write those ones down. I know they'll be off the tip of your head. I know that much. But then this is for everyone's benefit as well. For anyone who's missed any, we'll be running through the questions again. Then that means that you can pick up some potential points that you may have missed from before. Right, and so question 8 was, former Arsenal forward Eduardo da Silva played for which national team? Eduardo da Silva played for which national team? Question 9 was, Virgil van Dijk started his career at which club? Then question 10 was, which 4 clubs made the World Cup 2010 semi-finals? So the 4 clubs that made, so there's obviously 4 points in this one. So the 4 clubs that made the World Cup 2010 semi-finals. A couple of seconds to write them ones down. Question 11 was, which 5 clubs have won the European Cup 5 times or more? Which 5 clubs have won the European Cup 5 times or more? Give you a bit of time to write that one down. I'd imagine you'll know this one. And then there's only one more because you had 13 and 14 and this was question number 12. So I'll give you a few seconds and then we'll go on to question 12, and obviously you picked up 13 and 14 then. So then question 12 was, how many times has Sergio Aguero won the Premier League? How many times has Sergio Aguero won the Premier League? And for everyone else's benefit now, may as well just say the next 2. Jamie Vardy started his career at Stocksbridge Park Steels. Who has he played for since then? So which clubs have he played for since he left Stocksbridge Park Steels? And then number 14 was, who did Arsenal buy Thierry Henry from? And then who did they buy him from before that? Okay. So that's it then, guys. Pens down. Pens down. And we're going to start going through the answers now. Okay. Everybody ready for the answers to this one? Right then, so list the English clubs that have won the European the European Cup / Champions League, and that'll be there's five points in this one, and the clubs are Liverpool, Man United, Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, and Chelsea. They are the 5 English clubs that have won the European Cup. Liverpool, Man United, Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa and Chelsea. Question number 2 was, what was the name of the stadium which Juventus played at between 1990 and 2006? 1 point in this one, and that was the Stadio del Alpi. Question number 3 was, what season did Sheffield Wednesday get relegated from the Premier League? And that was 1999-2000. Question number 4 was, how old was Kylian Mbappe when he made his pro debut, and who was it for? He was 16, and that was for Monaco. That was the season they actually won the league, the Ligue 1, before Paris Saint-Germain and their money took over. Question number 5, what year was Joachim Löw appointed as the Germany manager? That was 2006. Number 6, not including loans, which English clubs has Gylfi Sigurdsson played for? That was Reading, Swansea, Spurs and Everton. Reading, Swansea, Spurs and Everton. Gylfi Sigurdsson has played for in England. Number 7 was, name every club David Beckham has played for. Clubs he played for is Manchester United, Preston North End, Real Madrid, LA Galaxy, AC Milan and PSG. Man United, Preston, Real Madrid, LA Galaxy, AC Milan and PSG. So there were 6 up for grabs in that one. Moving on. Question number 8. Former Arsenal forward Eduardo da Silva played for which national team? And you wouldn't expect it with the name, but he played for Croatia. Yep. He's Brazilian born, but moved to Croatia and came through Dinamo Zagreb when he started his career. And he was able to play for Croatia and did so. So that answer was obviously Croatia. 1 point available in that one. Question 9 was, Virgil van Dijk started his career with which club? That was Groningen. However you pronounce it, Groningen, whatever, but that's the team that he played for. That's who he started his career with, I call him groin yen. I think that's the correct pronunciation, I think. Question number 10 was which 4 clubs made the World Cup 2010 semi-finals? Obviously 4 points available on this one. Spain, Germany, Holland and Uruguay. Obviously Spain and Holland made it to the final, which Spain went on to win with the Iniesta winner. But there were Spain, Germany, Holland and Uruguay. The answers to question number 10. Question number 11. So Luis Suarez's first club in Europe, I believe that was Ajax, wasn't it? Which 5 clubs have won the European Cup 5 times or more? So that'll be Real Madrid, AC Milan, Liverpool, Bayern Munich and Barcelona. I believe Real Madrid have done it 13 times. AC Milan have won it 7. Liverpool 6. Bayern 5, Barcelona 5. Question 12. How many times has Sergio Aguero won the English Premier League? That is 4 times he's won it. 4. The correct answer to that one is 4. Man United, Kieran, have not won it 5 times. I believe they've won it 3 times. Man United have won the European Cup. Question number 13. Jamie Vardy started his career at Stocksbridge Park Steels. Who has he played for, since then? So that's FC Halifax, Fleetwood Town and Leicester City. And then the final question was, who did Arsenal buy Thierry Henry from? And who did they buy him from? And it all happened in the same year. He moved from Monaco to Juventus at the end of the 1998-99 season. And then Juventus tried playing him as a winger, didn't work, thought he was crap, sold him to Arsenal at a cut price, and Arsenal got themselves a bloody bargain. So Arsenal bought him from Juventus, and Juventus bought him from Monaco, all in the same year, 1999. So there we go. That is the end of that one. So mark them up and post your scores, guys. How did you all get on? I'm expecting Richard Pearce to have done the best out of you all. I'm kind of glad he came in the end. So, be looking to see how you guys did. And for those of you who want to ask, any questions, you can do so very, very quickly. So just post your questions up. Just don't make them big thinkers like, I was a teammate of. Just make them quite simple if you can. So Labs had 32, Richard Pearce had 34, Michael had 31. So basically, if you got over 30, you've done well on that, guys, because some of them questions were pretty tricky. So Richard Pearce leading the way there. So well done, guys. PJ had 20, and considering you're young and some of those questions were from, back in the day, that was good. Kieran had 23. I know you're a young lad as well. So well done to you all, and thank you for being a part of that. Now, if you want to ask a question, just ask the question now. Just post yourself the question now, and I'll try and answer as many of them as I can. Pardon me, no longer have my tea. Post your questions. I'll try and answer them as quickly as I can before I've got to kill the stream, because I got some chores to do. Who scored Bayern Munich's goal against Manchester United in the 99 Champions League final? That was Mehmet Scholl, wasn't it? Mehmet Scholl, I believe. Am I correct? I remember watching that game. No, it wasn't Mehmet Scholl. Shit the bed. Fuck, who was it then? Was it Karsten Janker? Janker, the bald wanker. So what else we got? Richard Pearce. Can you name the 3 teams in the 1990s that were newly promoted to the top flight, finished 3rd in their first season back, also for bonus points? Name the seasons. Fucking hell. 3 teams in the 1990s that were newly promoted to the top flight, finished 3rd in their first season back. I believe Nottingham Forest were one of them, wouldn't they? Under Brian Clough, I believe that they got promoted and finished 3rd. I believe Blackburn and Newcastle will be the other 2. Blackburn being 95, Newcastle being 96, and Newcastle would have been 94. So Newcastle 94, Blackburn 95, Nottingham Forest 97. Am I wrong or right on any of them? How many points do you think Herod FC picked up for the first 3 years? Fuck knows. Newcastle, yes. Blackburn, no. So yes, Nottingham Forest, Newcastle, and I thought Blackburn won the league in their first season back. Obviously, they didn't. I'm gonna say, fuck. No, I think I'm done on the other one. I think I'm done on it. So no, Blackburn came fourth, 92, 93. Yeah, under King Kenny. They put out first 3 seasons, 300. Fucking hell, fair play. That's not bad, Hereford. Good going. Mario Basler. Fuck yeah. How many goals has Hammond scored in Newport and all comps this season? Sheffield Wednesday 91-92. I had a sneaking suspicion of Wednesday, but I wasn't sure. Nottingham Forest was 94-95. Fair play. Good question that, Rich. That took me back. I was a bit nostalgic for me. But guys, that's all I've got time for now. So thank you. No, all of his goals for Newport, I'm going to say 58. Labs give me the answer to that, and then that's the stream over. So thank you for taking part. And if you know of anybody that would like to participate in this quiz, then what they can do, no 49. Oh, not bad, I suppose. If anybody would like to anyone knows anyone that would like to have a go at this quiz, send the video to them and get them to have a pop. Not to worry, Rich, but Rich, basically what we're doing now is we're going to do a football Q&A at the beginning at 7, and then we're going to do a new stream then for the trivia side. And what I've been thinking, if we're dedicating the full stream to the trivia, we may as well go full haul and go pub quiz, football themed pub quiz. So that's what we're going to do from now on. So make sure you're always here around about 7:30 every Sunday now. That is when we're going to be conducting our pub quiz. So thank you for your questions also, guys. Glad that I could take some of them off you. And yeah, same again next week. Thank you all. Look forward to doing the Dice Ball second games on Saturday, and then obviously doing this again next Sunday. And I'm not sure if I should be cranking the questions up or down a bit. I think I got them around about right. I think obviously the stronger ones are going to score high. The not so strong ones are going to score a bit low. If I go harder, then the not so strong ones are going to score very low and lose interest. But if I go easier, then obviously you stronger ones are all going to be getting max points, which just takes the fun out of it then, doesn't it? So well done for those of you who've done well. Hopefully we'll have mods. Yeah, I'm going to be asking Chris Ball to do me a favour on that one. And yeah, cheerio for now, guys. And as always, up the county, good night all. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Cheerio. Thanks, Taff. Lost connection halfway. See you Saturday. No worries, mate. But you can redo the pub quiz yourself if you want afterwards, if you'd like to. All right. Cheerio, guys.